It's that time of year again. It's time to show you my 10 favorite Disney pins in my collection as of today. So this is the yearly video collaboration hosted by Sara's Disney Magic. I have a link to her channel and all of the channels that are participating in this video collab down in the description. So be sure to check that out and see what 10 Disney pins they selected. So this is my third year doing this, and the first thought I had was this is going to be tough to pick 10 pins because I just picked 10 pins last year, and then the year before I picked 7 to 10 pins. I don't want to pick those same pins, so I thought this might be tough. So I went through all of my pins that are organized down here under this table. I have them in the plastic shoe boxes here, and when I found one that kind of jumped out at me, I put it on top of the table. So when I was done doing that, I ended up with 26 pins on top of the table. So I thought my problem was going to be finding 10 pins, and instead now I have to eliminate 16. So made some difficult decisions. I laid them all out, kind of shuffled them around and moved some out, and I got it down to 10 pins, and that is when I realized that I only looked at the pins that are down here. I never looked at any pins back here on these pin boards. I never looked at some pins I have over here in drawers, and I still have the Pinnapalooza pins. I did a video on Pinnapalooza pins, and I have them all in a bag separate. I haven't put them back yet, so I missed out on all those too. So I know there's some pins in the Pinnapalooza bag that would probably make this list. There's probably some back here that would make it, maybe over there too. But I already had my 10 pins selected, and I didn't want to delay this video any longer, so I'm just pushing forward with the 10 pins that I selected. So these 10 pins, I do have 4 fantasy pins in here, and I think the overall theme that I ended up picking here, not by choice, it worked out that way, is jumbo. I got a lot of jumbo pins to show you. So let's get right to it and take a look at the pins. So let's get this started with Mickey and Minnie's 95 Magical Years Jumbo Pin. This was from 2023. This is super nice. It came in this box. I got this from the Disney store, but it was for sale at Disneyland and Disney World. So we take the cover off here, and then we can see the pin. So we have a gold star in the background, and we have a big Sorcerer Mickey there. We have 2 versions of Minnie Mouse, and then we have a couple other smaller Mickeys, and then we have some hats. Thinking Mickey's hats, Minnie's hats. You can see the hats and Mickey are the pin on pin, and then the back. I think this one's just a limited release. Yeah, it says right there, limited release. And we have the Mickey Mouse 95 logo right there, and Minnie Mouse 95. So now we have a Frozen 10th Anniversary hinged jumbo pin. So this one, super cool. It is one of the artist series. I actually don't know what that says there, but it was designed by that artist. And so on the front of the pin, we have Princess Anna, and she is with Olaf, and you can see Arendelle in the background. Very cool artistic design on the characters there. And then you have a 10 for the 10th anniversary up at the top. And then this one opens up. It's a trifold. So it opens up to be this size, which is great. And then the middle pin, we have Elsa, and she has the 10 floating right above her hand for the 10th anniversary, and she looks like she's in her ice palace there. And then on the back one here, we have Kristoff and Sven, and we have some of the rock trolls. And then it also has a 10 up on the top. And then this, of course, does have 2 pin posts because you have to put it on a pin. It has to hold up these 2 there. And we have the artist signature on the back. It says Disney Frozen. And then this one was also a limited release. So now we have one of the Magical Wishes pins. These were boxed pins in boxes like this, and this one is Mufasa and Simba. These were at Disney World only back in 2024. So this is a limited edition 1500. This one was $30. So we have it out of the box, and it's on this little cloud background. I think they had like 4 of these. I remember a Peter Pan one with Wendy looking out the window. I forget the other 2. But I like Lion King, and then so this one is Lion King with Mufasa and Simba. So Mufasa and Simba and the grass are the pin-on-pin part, and then in the background we have some trees and some stars. And this is on gold tone finish, and you can see right there it's a limited edition of 1500. 2 pin posts. I think this is considered a mini jumbo, so not quite as big as some of the other ones. And this one does glow in the dark. I was thinking it would be, I didn't know what was going to glow in the dark, but it looks like it's just a few of the stars up there. So you can see here, it's still pretty cool. You know, anytime you have a glow in the dark element on a pin, that's pretty cool. So this is the first fantasy pin I'm showing you today, and this is from Da Vinci Fantasy Pins. I have a ton of Da Vinci Fantasy pins, and I had 4 selected for this video, and I decided to only show 1, and I decided on Chip and Dale. So this one is part of the Together series, so they always have 2 characters here, and then usually one of the characters has some of their fingers coming out of the frame like that. This one is awesome. You have Chip and Dale. Chip back here has acorn, and they're very excited to get that acorn. Just love the artwork on this one. And as with all Da Vinci Fantasy pins, they are super thick, almost like the Artland pins. And this one has 3 pin posts, which is nice. And you can see right there it says Together 75. This is a limited edition of 75, and I have the 32nd pin out of those 75. So super nice pins, and I'll be doing a video showing all of my Da Vinci Fantasy pins, hopefully soon, within the next few months anyway. So another fantasy pin here. This one's from Backlot Magic, and this one is titled Enchanted Escape. And this is, of course, Tangled. So I have a few pins from Backlot Magic, but this one kind of stood out, and I had a few Rapunzel pins, but I figured I'll just show 1 Rapunzel pin, and this one won out. So we have the tower here on the right side, and the top of the tower we have the like a glittered roof right there. And then we have Rapunzel's hair, and Flynn and Rapunzel are coming out of the tower on the hair. And then her hair kind of wraps all the way around up top. And then in the background you see the grassy area and the castle out there. And then you have the lanterns up top. Very nice pin. I don't know is Pascal in here anywhere? I don't see Pascal. I was thinking maybe he'll be like really small somewhere in the hair, but I don't see him. But this is a super nice pin, and the entire background, and I guess not background, but the sides, it's almost like it's framed in her hair and the tower. That's all the pin-on-pin part, and then Flynn and Rapunzel are also pin-on-pin. So we have 2 pin posts. It says Backlot Magic Limited Edition. I'm not sure what the edition size is. Their website didn't say, and it doesn't say on the back of the pin. But I believe this one is still available. Super nice. So next is the Hidden Disney Mickey Mouse Jumbo Pin, and this is celebrating 25 years of Disney pins. This is the Disneyland version of the pin. It's in this giant reflective box, so you can see the camera and me right there. So this was $34.99 and was available at Disneyland. It says Disney Store back here, so it might have been on Disney Store too. Let's get it out of the box so we can actually see the pin better. So it's much better out of the box. We have Mickey Mouse wearing his pin trading lanyard, and it looks like he's going to trade a pin. And then in the background, we have a pin board, a Hidden Disney pin board. And the cool part about this pin is the pin designs on the pin board are the actual Hidden Disney pins that they released this year, 2025. So we have all the different series of pins here. We have the D series, the Holiday series, the Castle series, the Celebrating 25 Years series, the Ears series, and then I think this is like a bunch of characters in pink. So these are the Disneyland Hidden Disney pins. There's another one of these pins where it's the Disney World series, and it says Walt Disney World, which is really cool. But Mickey is the pin-on-pin part right there, and we flip it over, and this is a limited release. And it does have 2 pin posts, and it has the little 25 years logo right there. Ooh, look at this. This pin is stunning. So we have Belle, she's reading a book, and her dress is flowing all the way to the bottom of the pin. And we have Mrs. Potts, Cogsworth, and Lumiere, and we have Belle and Beast dancing over on this side, and we have the silhouette of the castle with the enchanted rose at the bottom, and then we have this magical little wispy element that goes up through the pin. And in the background, we're looking out the windows into a night sky, a lot of stars out there, and we have a cool decorative frame there. But yeah, this is awesome. And so this is the Princess Mosaics collection, limited edition of 30, and it's from Mystical Fandom Pins. Super nice. This is my 4th pin from Mystical Fandom Pins, and I have 3 on the way. So when I get those 3, I'll do a video with all of these, all 7 that I have, and you'll get to see this one again. So now we have the Disney Pinventure Jumbo Pen. I love this whole Pinventure series, and I did a video on this pen and the pins that fit on this pen. So this pen, other pins connect to this pen, which is really cool. So this is a limited edition, I believe, of 500. Yeah, limited edition 500. And you can see right here the pins that connect. So they're land pins, but they're like part of the compass rose. So Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, and Frontierland, and they fit on the pin. And then the pin has icons and stuff that point to the different lands. So let's get it out of the box. So we do have Mickey right in the middle with his Pinventure hat on, and then you have some compass rose parts, and this does spin, which is super cool. And you may notice that there's GPS coordinates on all the land pieces. So the idea is this GPS coordinate goes to Tomorrowland. And in the video where I went over this whole series, I did map these out. And some of them are really good. They go right to the land, and other ones, they're a little bit off, but not too bad. And then we have these little icons up here. So you can see, so if Fantasyland is up on the top, we can turn it to here. So here you have the Teacup, Monstro, Small World, and the Carousel. So that would be Fantasyland up there. And then the Fantasyland pin would click right to the top. And I say click because they connect with magnets. So you got your 4 magnets here, and the other pins just click, 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 and click. And then you end up with this huge compass rose with lands on it. Super nice. Very cool design. I love this one. And I thought about showing it with those attached, but then I thought, that might have been breaking the rules, because then I would actually have 4 extra pins, and I didn't want to break the rules and be sent to the break room. Any Severance fans out there? Right, so the next pin is a fantasy pin, and it is called Behold My Power. Any ideas on what this will be? This is just the backer card. So we flip it over, and it's from Spoons Pins, and that's Spoons with 3 O's. And it shows here that I have pin number 9 out of 35. So did we guess which character this might be? If you said Maleficent, you are correct. And here's the pin. Look at this pin. It is huge. It's about 6 inches tall. Very heavy. So we have Maleficent down here, so you can see the thorn bushes with the castle turret right there. And she's up here and changing into the dragon. So lots of green fire, switches to purple fire, and then we have the dragon up top with the claw right there. Lots of glitter in the wings there. And then down here on Maleficent, you got a lot of glitter too. And Maleficent is a pin-on-pin. I mean, just the pin-on-pin part is huge. That's bigger than most pins. Bigger than a lot of the pins in this video. Just the pin-on-pin part. You can see right there. Yeah, super nice pin. And then on the back, we do have 3 pin posts. And it does say Spoons Pins, Behold My Power, limited edition 35. And we have a bunch of spoons. That's pretty cool. So I just found out that this one glows in the dark too. So we have a lot of the fire that glows around Maleficent. The top of her staff glows a lot. That's really cool. And then the eyes and the teeth of the dragon glow a little bit too. So now we have the Disneyland 70th anniversary jumbo pen. So a little story behind this one. So when this one came out, I was like, ooh, I kind of want that. And then the price was $65 and I was like, maybe I'll pass on that. So I passed on it for a week and then I changed my mind. I was like, wait, no, I've got to have that one. So I contacted Connie at Connie's Magic Mail Service and said, hey, can you pick this one up for me? So she looked for it and it was sold out. So I was like, well, I guess I missed out on this one. But then when she was looking for or getting pins the next week, a whole other week later, so 2 weeks after release, she found one in the pin store and got it for me. So that's awesome. So thank you, Connie. I really appreciate you looking out for me and getting me this pen. This thing is awesome. So let's open it up. We have the little pull tab here, so we'll pull it out there. And I already took the pin backs off of it. So now we can see the actual shape of the pen. So we have Mickey down here and it says Disneyland 70, and those are all pin on pin. You can see they're, maybe you can see they're bumped up right there. So very cool. Lots of glitter on the part behind Mickey and then Disneyland and in the 70th. And then the rest of the pen has a bunch of images or icons from some of the rides. So we have the Jungle Cruise boat over here. This could be Big Thunder or it could be the train. This, I believe, is from Small World. We have Peter Pan's, the Jolly Roger flying out of the top. We have the castle in the middle, right above Mickey's head. And then over here we have the Autopia cars, the rocket ship, and the Matterhorn. And it looks like, would that be like a Skyway bucket or is that just a shape? Not sure what that might be. But yeah, super nice pen, love it. Oh, here's a teacup. There's a teacup in the O of the 70. Just noticed that. Awesome. That is super great design. And the reason why I changed my mind on this pen is I have so many attraction pins that I thought this would make a really great centerpiece to Disneyland attraction pins. So super happy that Connie was able to get this one for me. And you can see on the back, we do have 2 pin posts right in the middle. And then it does show, if we can read that, limited edition 1500 right there. That is just a big grid of Mickey heads. But super, super nice pen. Love this one. So those are my current favorite Disney pins in my collection. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite out of these 10. So I think it's funny that I ended up with so many jumbo pins. I had all 26 on the table, and then I saw one, I was like, ooh, I have to show this one. Ooh, look at this one, I have to show this one. And they just ended up all being these jumbo pins. But the 16 pins that I pushed aside are super nice pins, and I don't think I've shown them on this channel before, so I need to find a way to show them in some videos. So I want to thank Sara's Disney Magic for inviting me to this video collaboration. You can look down in the description and you can go to her channel as well as all the other channels that are participating in this video collab. I think it's fun to see what Disney pins they chose. Sometimes they have some of the same pins that I have, and then other times they'll show a pin I've never seen before and I'm like, oh, I've got to have that in my collection. Where did they get it? So it's always fun to check them out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.